If you guys are looking to get a stacked NBA 2K account or to get your badges grinded, make sure to hit up GoatPlug on Instagram. His link will be in the description. Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure that I go over this, bro. We've been going so crazy with the subs, the views, the likes, everything. But somehow still 95% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. Hit that sub button for me. Y'all know I be going crazy. Hit that sub button for me.
I got digital dash camera with a I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, I rap the old block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitch is.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in this video. Yeah, another video. Today I got y'all with the best shooting badges in the game after patch. And I can really re-up on all these badges. You know what I'm saying? I can do the finishing, the playmaking, the defending. I can re-up on all of them. I went over those way before Banger Week, and it's been patches, 2 patches dropped since the last time I went over those. So if you guys want me to re-up on them, just go ahead, get this video to 500 likes. And in the comments, put below which one y'all want me to go over next. Now, I already did the finishing badge setup. So if you guys want me to do the finishing one next, I can do that. If you guys want me to just do the playmaking with the playmaking badge setup in the same week, and then the defensive with the defensive badge setup in the same week, and then I go over the finishing badge setup last, we do like the best for last type deal, that's on y'all. It's really up to y'all. All y'all gotta do is put that in the comments down below. But yeah, if you guys want me to go over all the stuff, spam with the like button. But yeah, man, y'all went so crazy on the shooting badge setup that I had to come at y'all with the best shooting badges in the game. Y'all just went so crazy. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be going over the 5 best shooting badges, but it's gonna be a couple ties here and there. Y'all know how I really like to do these rankings video. Y'all always go crazy on these joints for me. But yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Alright, so we got honorable mentions. We got 3 honorable mentions, but this one is like a very important badge. Now, when it comes to this honorable mention, this is the badge that you just literally have to have. If you don't have it, it's gonna really make you a bad shooter. So this could be, you could actually argue that this is the best shooting badge in the game because you have to have it. But to an extent, it's not gonna make you like it's the other badges that make you green more consistently and stuff like that and make you a better shooter. But like when it comes to quick draw, if you don't have quick draw, it kind of like tears down all the other badges. Like you can shoot with certain jump shots with no quick draw, like jump shot 38, set shot 25. If you haven't seen my jump shot video where I go over all the jump shots, giving you guys every single jump shot, I literally tested every jump shot in the game for that video. So if you guys haven't seen that yet, you need to check that out, bro. I went into detail on everything, shooting, badges, all type of stuff. I went into detail on everything on that video. But yeah, when it comes to quick draw, it really just here to make your jump shot faster, because if you have too slow of a jump shot, it's not gonna be the same, especially for guards. But when it comes to some positions and some builds, you don't necessarily need quick draw because they don't have quick draw. But with that being said, I've been using silver quick draw lately because they haven't made they made the difference on the quick draw differences, like from bronze, silver, gold, Hall of Fame to no quick draw. They made the differences between silver and Hall of Fame smaller, I feel like. But I feel like Hall of Fame is still as fast as it was, but silver is just a little bit faster or slightly faster, I would say. But yeah, man, quick draw comes in at the honorable mention strictly for you just literally have to have the badge. But it is a badge that is very important, so I couldn't leave it off this list. All right, next is a tie. It depends on which one you really rather. Now, this is the first badge I'm gonna go over is a badge that really got buffed really, really hard. And it's difficult shots. Difficult shots, at the beginning of the year, difficult shots is probably the most overpowered badge in the game because all people wanted to do was go around screens and fade at the top of the key. And it was greens. It was straight greens. Like people had no meter on and they would just straight green in that every single time pretty much. And then they patched difficult shots, and for a couple patches, it was actually one of the worst badges in the game, or one of the most useless badges. I'm not gonna say the worst, but one of the most useless badges. But with that being said, difficult shots is actually very, very good again. So I couldn't put it in the top 5 because I don't utilize difficult shots as much. So I really wouldn't be able to be the best person for it. But if you're a person like Ticino, I could really see you arguing for this badge to be higher. But yeah, man, difficult shots is definitely an honorable mention on this list for after patch 13. All right, and next is gonna be another badge that I use for difficult shots, and it's corner specialist. But you can use corner specialist in a lot of different ways. Corner specialist is not just for the corner this year. It's all the way from the hash all the way down to the corner, and it's not just for threes. It's for mid ranges too. So anytime I really try to do like a fade, a spin jumper, a hop jumper, it's most of the time gonna be towards the hash or towards the corner. So that's gonna be, corner specialist helps me anytime I'm using an off the dribble shot. So what I've used the entire year since they patched difficult shots early in the year has been corner specialist. So I kind of wanted to group these two up, but corner specialist is not strictly just for that. It's really really hard not to green in the corner if you have corner specialist on silver to Hall of Fame. I'm telling you that right now. If you know your shot, you're gonna be greening it every single time if you're open. So yeah, I had to put corner specialist and difficult shots grouped together, but I just wanted to mention how much better difficult shots is from the last couple patches where it was really bad since the beginning of the year. So yeah, man, that's gonna be all the honorable mentions for this list. All right, so it's the top 5 badges, but we got the 5th place is gonna be a tie. So it's really top 6. So the first badge we're gonna talk about is volume shooter. Now I've said this time and time again, volume shooter is like green machine, but you don't have to consistently green. It's just, you gotta keep shooting. You have to, it's really mainly for people that take all the shots, pretty much. So if you're taking a lot of shots on a game-to-game basis, and when I say shots, I'm not saying layups, dunks. I'm saying shots, threes, middies, off the dribbles, anything like that. If you're taking shots, the more shots you take, the make percentage on the next shot and 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 the next shot, and I don't know why I just did that, but the make percentage just gets higher as you keep shooting. So yeah, as your make percentage gets higher, your green window gets bigger. Now, does the green window make as big of a difference as it does with green machine? No, because green machine makes the biggest difference on your green window. But with that being said, volume shooter is actually a very, very good badge. But I haven't even went over one of the most important things with volume shooter. Volume shooter is the best badge in this game to hit whites, because it doesn't matter if you're making, it doesn't matter if you're missing. As long as you keep consistently shooting, your make percentage on the next shot is going to be even higher. So yeah, volume shooter is actually one of the most underrated badges in the game. I did a whole dedicated video on this badge. And yeah, man, volume shooter is actually a very, very good badge, and I couldn't leave it out the top 5. All right, next, coming in at 5, tied with volume shooter, is going to be Deadeye. The Deadeye badge is actually a very good badge that for some reason, I used at the beginning of the year, and I just stopped using it because I started putting like too many shooting badges on my builds, because as long as I had enough shooting badges, I didn't want to overdo it on my builds, because that's just the way I like to make my builds. But Deadeye is definitely a really good badge to reduce the effect of people closing out. If you have it on Hall of Fame, you can green consistently when people are closing out and they're giving you actually a very high contest, as long as it's not a red contest, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's not above a 75%, you can pretty much green that consistently, especially if you have some takeover, you can definitely green that. Now, if you don't have no takeover and you like getting close to cold, I don't know about all that, but yeah, especially if you have like an 85 plus 3 with Hall of Fame Daddy, it's just that simple. You can really green that consistently. But another thing with Deadeye, man, Deadeye can really affect you when it comes to any type of way you want to play. If you want an ISO, you want to use screens, it really can affect any type of way you play. Like, it's gonna really, especially if you partner up Deadeye with Quick Draw Hall of Fame, it's gonna be a very, very good combo for you. But yeah, it's badges that's gonna be higher on this list that is gonna affect you, be able to consistently make your shots and green your shots. So I had to put this only at number 5. All right, next, this badge, you can argue that this probably shouldn't even be on this list, but for what it does, it is one of the most broken badges 2K has ever put into the game, but at the same time, it's one of the dumbest badges 2K has ever put into this game, because what it does is it reduces the penalties. It reduces the penalties for contested shots, but it also reduces the bonus for you taking an open shot. So what this does is, no matter what you have it on bronze, silver, gold, or Hall of Fame, you have a the bonus for taking an open shot is reduced by 5%. It does not go up from bronze to Hall of Fame. It stays at a constant 5%. Now, if you put no meter on, if you use no meter, that's 5% of a boost. So those two will cancel out. What makes steady shooter overpowered is if you use no meter with Hall of Fame steady shooter, you will be getting, not only when you're at bronze, you get that 5% bonus to contested shots, but then when you're at silver, you get 10%. And when you're at gold, you get 15%. But when you're at Hall of Fame, you get 20% of a bonus to hitting contested shots. So if you're playing in the park and you're going against people hitting consistently, getting makes off of 99 contest shots, that is why. Now, when it comes to steady shooter, what makes it and puts it over the top and making it the most broken, maybe the craziest badge in the game, when you have sharp takeover with this badge, you can consistently green 100% contest. As long as you have sharp takeover activated and you have Hall of Fame steady shooter on, you can consistently green 100% contest. So that means there's no type of defense that can stop this badge. Only way you can make a person miss if they're greening is if you block the shot. That's the only way. You can play the perfect defense the entire possession, but if they have sharp takeover and steady shooter, they can get bailed out by a green and having that badge and takeover. So yeah, man, that's the only reason. Pretty much, I went over it in detail. I'm not one of the most liked bad people when it comes to that badge. I don't really like that badge that much. I don't use it that much, but I can see how overpowered it is, so I had to put it at number 4. All right, coming in next at 3 now. Earlier in the year, I made a video on this badge saying that you don't necessarily have to have it at Hall of Fame, and I really didn't even fully understand what it does, but I'm gonna go over what it does now. So what it does is, as you consistently getting greens, your make percentage goes higher for every single time you consistently do it. But as soon as you miss, you gotta restart with the green machine. But with that being said, even if you don't get a green, it'll help you make that shot. But as soon as you don't get a green, you gotta restart the green machine. So what that does is, as you consecutively getting greens, your green window becomes bigger because your make percentage is getting higher as you keep consistently getting greens. So with that being said, it's also gonna help you hit the whites. But as soon as you don't green, it does nothing. So you have to really keep, it's like if you really are somebody that consecutively getting greens, it's gonna be a very good badge for you. But I can see if you're not a person that's not getting greens consistently, I can see why you would say this is not a good badge for you. But to me, to be honest, this badge makes the biggest difference on you getting greens. This is, in my opinion, why so many builds can green so consistently on this game. Because as soon as they get that one green, like you can play somebody that's playing awful the entire green. They get one green, they get the next green, they get the next green, they get the next, and then the game over. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're going against somebody playing with screens, bro. It's very, very, very frustrating when you're blocking somebody up and they get one green and they just cannot miss after that. Especially if they partner it up with steady shooter, deadeye, and sharp takeover. It's very, very hard to really guard, especially if they know what they're doing with the screen. So yeah, man, green machine is actually a very, very overpowered badge also. But with that being said, I can see why some people wouldn't like it as much as me. All right, next, these two are my 2 favorite badges in the game. As you know, I have a new build that is my main build. I have a 62-3 and a 68 mid-range, and I green consistently at a very high rate on this build. And it's because of the top 3 badges on this list. Hot Zone Hunter is the one coming in at number 2. Hot Zone Hunter, if you have hot zones, you're gonna be green. But as soon as you put Hot Zone Hunter on bronze, the green window just becomes bigger. Then silver, it becomes even bigger. Then at gold, it comes even bigger. And then at Hall of Fame, it's as big as it possibly could get. And that's kind of what makes these builds that really aren't supposed to be able to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if you get, you know what I'm saying, mid-range, if you partner Hot Zone Hunter with Green Machine, you start greening on the mid-range, your Green Machine activated, so it becomes easier for you to green, and it's gonna be easier for you to get hot zones in all your other spots. So all you gotta do is really like start off the game in a hot zone, get a green, and then just, if you really like that, that's kind of how I try to do it sometimes, especially with my build that has low 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? I try to like make it as easy as possible. So yeah, man, Hot Zone Hunter, it kind of makes the game very easy. A lot of people don't even use Hot Zone Hunter anymore, but especially for a build like mine, it makes such a big difference in how easy it is to shoot in this game. Because once you have Hot Zone Hunter, it doesn't really even matter what your attributes are. It's like as soon as you know your jump shot and you have hot zones and you put that on top of your hot zones, it's gonna make the greens just that much easier. So yeah. Or even not even just getting greens, bro. You can make whites, you know what I'm saying, in them spots. You can, like, your make percentage in those spots just become even easier and stuff like that. And like I've said on all this other stuff, as your make percentage goes higher, your green window becomes bigger and your green percentage becomes even higher. So yeah, it's like, it just makes the game just that much easier. All right, and last but not least, this is the badge that makes any build be able to shoot, in my opinion. Any build. Because the way 2K did it. Now, 2K Lab did an in-detail study on the way this badge works. If you have a high 3, it really mainly focuses on helping you shoot deep 3s. But for the people that have lower stats on their attributes, it helps them shoot on the line 3s and deep 2s. So the way 2K did it this year, Mike Wayne was going over this all at the beginning of the year, and I thought this was interesting that they had never did this before, and they just somehow just now are implementing this. As you get further away from the goal, it gets harder to shoot, which means it's harder to green. I don't know why 2K is just now implementing that, but that makes a big difference. But if you have range extender, it pretty much takes that entire theory out the window, bro, and just makes it that much easier to shoot. So yeah, man, that's really why a lot of these non-shooting builds can really shoot very consistent. Because range extender can help you in any spot on the floor, as long as you deep 2s, on the line 3s, and that's literally in the corner, around the hash, at the top of the key. Literally, as long as you on the line, it's gonna help you. Deep 3s is gonna help you. So it really much helps you everything from deep 2s and deep 3s. I'm not gonna say everywhere on the floor like I said, but deep 2s to deep 3s, it's really gonna affect your shot anywhere in that area. But yeah, man, this in my opinion was the 5 best shooting badges in the game after patch. I went over everything in detail to the best of my ability. But yeah, if you guys want me to do this for the finishing, the playmaking, the defensive, like I did in this video, go ahead, get this video to 500 likes, and I got y'all. It's that simple. I got y'all. But yeah, man, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. We got more videos coming out every single day. I got y'all with a banger build video coming tomorrow. I think a lot of y'all gonna like this. Y'all talk about this build. Y'all put this in my comments a lot, asking me for like a jump shot for this build, a thing for this build. It's very, very popular build. Hint, hint. But yeah, man, like I said, guys, if you guys want me to do any of this stuff, man, just like the video. It's that simple. Like, if that's the best way you can show support to me, like the video and commenting. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way you can show support to me. But yeah, man, share this video to anybody you think this will help. I upload every single day, so turn on post notifications to be the first to every single one of my videos. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm out.